Well, hey, babe. It's Jamie. That's me here. Okay. Let me know that you guys can hear me down in the chat, honey. Make sure you guys can hear me. I know I got my mic like all the way over here. So that's why I'm asking to make sure that you guys can indeed hear your girl. What's going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope everybody has been having a great weekend, honey. Okay. Y'all, the weather was a little funny yesterday, girl. Let me tell y'all real quick. So I had left the house early thinking I'm gonna go put some money in my account, which I did. I went to go put the money in the account, right? So then I'm getting ready to head on over to girl, this was the craziest thing because like the sun is shining right now, and as you can see, like from the little lights and stuff coming through the blinds, the sun is shining bright. That's how I was on yesterday. So when your girl left the bank and stuff, she decided she was gonna stop by Starbucks. Girl, why I'm at Starbucks and the wind just a blowing, the clouds, it's dark. I'm talking about darky dark. Like, girl, just 5 minutes ago, it was bright and it was beautiful. But here it is. It done got dark. Girl, I can see the clouds are moving from one side to the other. I see the wind blowing really hard. And then I see it like blow some type of covering that was over something in the back of somebody's store. Girl, I thought a sign or something was finna fall down. Girl, I was a little spooked. Not a little, I was all the way spooked, honey. So then I'm in the Starbucks line. It's two people in front of me, girl. Two people in front of me. Now, this is the thing that I hate about restaurants. Y'all know when y'all pull into a restaurant, they got that little curb on the side so you can't pull off if you want to. But I don't know if they do that to stop people from, probably trying to convince people to go ahead with their order or something like that. Like, I don't like that little curve thing. I don't like that because it's like, girl, if I don't want it, I'm still going to tell you no when I get to the window. Okay. And just may cuss you out off the fact that you had me sitting here. Okay. And I had to wait in this line. Okay. But it didn't happen like that on yesterday. But I'm just saying, I'm just explaining why I don't like the curves on the side of the drive through. So I'm now the first car that took forever finally pulled off, girl. Cause I'm like, girl, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Like, I'm trying to get home. I'm like, this Starbucks. I'm like right around the corner. Let me get to the house. I'm like, I'm not trying to go out like this. Not like this, right? So then the lady that's in front of me gets to the damn drive-through. They over here having a conversation about the storm. I roll my window down. I said, hello, like get this bitch her food so she can go or whatever. Get her coffee so she can go. And let me tell y'all, I was ready to zoom. Do you hear me? But let me tell you, that boy grabbed that Starbucks so quick because he must have knew Jamie finna fly. Jamie not finna be Starbucks. I'm trying to get to the house, but he had it right there. Like as soon as I was getting ready to zoom, because I was on her head top, bro. I was right there on her tail. He had my stuff out like this. I said, oh, okay, then well, let me go on here. It's a quick transaction. Okay, just scan my little phone, because I got the app. So you just scan my little face. So I'm like, just scan it, girl. Okay, good, we good. All right, go. And the girl, I got to the house. You hear me? Real quick, like, but the Starbucks she almost got her ass left for real. Okay, and Miss Ma'am in front of me almost got her ass cussed out, especially the worker. He looking outside the window like, oh my God, I didn't even know it was going to be, I didn't know it was going to be like that today. Well, you may want to get your head back inside and get this lady shit so we can go. Girl, I was surprised to say I couldn't get out that damn line. Y'all should have saw me. I was a mess. But anyway, we're going to go and get into this mess of a show. I'm sorry. I had to give y'all the rundown real quick. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, listening beauty? Good morning, Jamie. What's up, Kay? What's up, TCS? Yeah, the clouds got real quick in Atlanta. Okay, so you was here too, so you saw we see each other. I was scared, even given what happened in Kentucky. Exactly. It was in Kentucky where those people passed away. I think they said it was like 50 people. Spooky. I've never heard of anything like that really happening in Kentucky. So I think that's why I was really shocked. Like, girl, this happened in Kentucky. Like, do they even get tornadoes like that over there? Like, it was just, I've never heard of that. I'm used to a lot of like storm damage happening here in the South versus going, up north. So girl, yes, honey. Student Life says same thing here in Savannah. I blew my hair out and frizzled my style. Girl, listen, I feel you. Freeze my style. I feel you on that. What's up, Phil? What's up, BKS? Okay, so you guys can hear me. Not your friend. What's going on? Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second here. I will be right back. What's going on? What is this saying over here? Hey, Jamie, I finally catch a live. The Kanye concert stream doesn't count. Okay, cool. Yeah, that don't count, honey. That don't count because I don't know what Kanye was over here giving us, but I was not overall. I wasn't like 100% there with it, girl. Who else we got up in here? T Gaddis, what's up? Not me dancing in my kitchen to the intro music. Yes, you dancing in the kitchen. That's what it's there for, honey. Jug a little bit. BKS, imagine if there was a light-skinned girl squad. All hell would have broke loose. They should just call themselves the Mean Girl Squad. Okay, we here, we see each other. We see each other. What's up, you guys? What is up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, SD. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The weather was hella weird here in Maryland as well. Y'all, something going on. Something is going on. I don't understand, honey. The tornado hit us in St. Louis too. What? Oh my goodness. I didn't even know that. Good morning, Deshaun. Good morning. Good morning. All right, y'all, without further ado, okay, gave y'all a good quick chat about my day or my morning yesterday, girl, because the thing changed up real quick on you, girl. So let's go ahead and get into this review for Ready to Love. Girl, this show, I'm slick, kind of ready for the show to go off. Am I the only person? I'm slick, kind of like, okay, let's go on here to get to the reunion, because ain't no real connections really happening. I felt like in the past episodes, as we get to the house, typically a lot of people already know who their person is, right? And there may be a few that's unsure, but it seems like a lot of them are unsure as we get to the house, to get to the weekend trip. So we on the weekend trip. What was interesting for me was to see Sabrina and Walter ride up there together. That right there for me alone lets me know that she really is his number one. And I feel like her riding in the car with him, telling him like, oh, I used to be a dancer. I used to be a stripper. I felt like in Walter's head, all I heard was nasty dancer, dancing for money, do what you want me to do. So that's what I heard, because I feel like he likes that type of energy. I think he likes a woman that probably can go out and keep it conservative or whatever like that to the people, but then behind the scenes, she know how to do that stripper stuff. And I feel like it was just interesting that she waited this long to let him know that. Even though he's been so much of your choice and he's met your friend, now you want to take him on this trip, on this ride. I don't know. I guess, girl. Whatever, honey. I don't want Sabrina and Walter together. That's the short end of the stick, girl. That's the short story. I don't want them together. So what else going on? I don't want them together. Find somebody else, honey. Find somebody else. Why did Sabrina wait so long to drop that? That's what I'm saying. Something was awkward about that. And it's like, I don't know if she did that because she was genuinely afraid of what his response was going to be, or if she wanted to probably nail her position in his life by letting him know, like, I was a dancer at one point. So I don't know. Something was a bit off about that. But the fact that he rode up there with Sabrina, not by himself, considering the fact that he has Newman and he has Sabrina as his top. For me, I just felt like, okay, this is solidifying the position that Sabrina has in his life, even though I want Sabrina and him to not be together. I actually like Cat Daddy Walt. And so you do feel, you know what, Phil? I believe it. Let me say why I believe it, Phil. Because you disagree with me a lot, okay? We don't have the same thoughts on a lot of things, but it's okay because I still like you, Phil, because we still see each other, right? So I'm not surprised at what you said, but I feel like Sabrina be having like nasty attitudes. And I just don't be wanting to see her with him. I don't be liking her attitudes, What else? Sabrina can go. Zadia, goodbye. Camille and Cornelius deserve each other. They deserve to go together. Literally. Yep, that was Walter making his decision. Maybe she has experienced rejection from men in the past about it and was skeptical. I mean, that's highly true. Highly true. I feel like producers made her bring it up on camera. That too could be a thing. I think BKS and S Conklin, and I hope I said that right, has the same has two good points. I feel like Newman's men are playing with her. They are using her as a backup. Newman deserves better. I agree 1000%. And I feel like this is often what she probably deals with dudes. They always want to see her on as the side, basically. They always want to get up with her whenever they want and don't deem her to be a priority. Interesting. And I feel like a lot in her past, they also could have contributed to the fact that she probably gave up the goods sooner than some of the others. And I hope she has not done anything like that with Walter. Walter was thinking about what goes on in the champagne room. Right. A mess. Zadia attitude makes her look ugly. It does. I can't. And Zadia, I'm going to say this now while it's on my mind. I really want you to find a foundation that matches your skin tone. I don't know what this bronzer, I don't know if you're doing it too much on the bronzer where it's only supposed to go in certain areas or you're putting it all over your face. I want to believe that it could be the camera that's doing this to you. Not sure, but we've seen this 2 different shades in the sunlight and inside, buildings. So it lets me know that it's your foundation. It's not like the lighting or the camera. It's your foundation. So get that together. That's what you need to work on that. Thank you so much, Jamie, for the super chat. Newman, like everybody, not like everybody, child. Newman trying to find her place in the world, honey. She's trying to find her place on this show. Well, Fields tells SD definitely Sabrina started that issue at the table with Zadia and Sydney. Ooh, Walter and Sabrina only have sexual energy. Walter wants to see what the SEX do. I wonder if I put that in my notes. If I didn't put it in my notes about them, I feel like I could have put it in my notes about somebody else. But let's keep talking. So Cornelius, Camille, and Zadia ride together. Why? Does Naeem not have a car? Like, why did you ride with them, Zadia? Why you didn't drive? Or, excuse me, why didn't you ride with the people that you was interested in, like Dante and like Naeem? Why you ain't go get in their car? But I guess she wanted to be the wing woman so she can try and, inquire and get some information for Camille. But Camille don't really need you to do none of that. She gonna dig and deep dive and do whatever she do because that's just how she is, honey. Correct, Deshaun. Her face does not match her neck nor her hands. And I want her to work on that while she talking about a brown girl squad. No, ma'am, you're a part of the bronze girl squad. Okay, get that part together first. Okay, let's keep going. Sabrina asked Walter if she feels that they are coupled up yet. And he says, I feel like this could have been edited. I feel like it could have been edited. And I also feel like he could have told her, yeah. The way Aisha tooted that thing up on it, girl, did she toot it? I said, not hugging on the table in dog style. Okay, hiking that thing up and then laying that thing down. I said, girl, you about to spread it low. What they say, lay it low and spread it wide in a minute. Okay, dear. Excuse me, y'all. I should have brought my water. I don't have my water over here. What else? Zadia asked how she thinks the trip is going. Okay, how she think the trip is gonna go. Camille says that she thinks it's gonna be drama. Cornelius like, well, I don't want no drama. I don't have time for the shenanigans. Like, I'm not trying to deal with that. Camille starts talking about them getting their own house together, and then says after they're married. And Cornelius sits there and doesn't say anything. That's what I don't like about Cornelius. That's why he really shouldn't be a match for no damn body. Because Cornelius does not know how to speak his mind and speak his truth and speak how he genuinely feels. He likes to teeter the fence and play nice guy and everything. And that's probably why he's still single, because he never gets what it is he wants out of the deal. But you know what? I can't say he communicated, because he didn't even communicate to Courtney that he didn't really like her advances or whatever. He just went and talked shit about her amongst the guys, and then she ended up getting let go. But you keep Camille around, who I feel really goes past her boundaries. Like, beyond the sex thing, I feel like Camille just crosses like comfort boundaries as a whole, but you don't say anything. You just sit there and you just be quiet. Like, I mean, he's not a match for nobody on this show, to be honest. So he needs to go home. That was so extra to me. Camille, you ain't never walked down the aisle. So let's just focus on that. Right. She'd be so proud of her engagements, Haki. If you pay attention, like, she's like, yeah, engaged three times and all this extra shit. But high key, when she does that, it makes me feel like she probably thinks that she was truly a catch for being engaged, but then turning around and say, oh, but it was me. I have commitment issues. Da, 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 da. I don't know what this is about. Phil says, I think Newman and Cornelius should have matched. That could have possibly been something. He could have matched with probably, ain't no telling how many women in that house. He came in and played the game wrong. How Cornelius said Zaza? No, ma'am. Not Zaza. I missed that. Cornelius is with Camille because she takes charge and she's beautiful. Now, I do think that Camille is a pretty woman. I will say that. But I don't think it's because she takes charge, okay? Well, I'll say this. She definitely takes it because he don't give it to her. She definitely takes the damn charge, honey. But I don't think that's what he be wanting all the time. I just don't. You can see from his facial expressions, that man is tired of her. But he's going along for this show. I guarantee you they're not together in this moment. They probably good friends, though. They're probably really good friends, but I don't think they're together. I bet if we spoke to her exes, they would tell people to run. I would like to know more. I will say this though. Camille shows herself very differently, like sometimes, like when Nephew Tommy came and how she sat up there and she talked in front of Nephew Tommy. I said, I like this Camille. I like the Camille that got sense. I don't like the Camille that does things for moments. Right? I'm like, that lady not dumb by far. So I don't know what it is that she be over here giving, but yeah, I asked Nephew Tommy on IG if they do psych tests on them. Cause they need to start after Camille, child. Not psych test. No, Newman is less assertive, and Cornelius likes to be pursued. Newman needs an alpha, not Mr. Weak Sauce. And there's that. My goodness. I don't like that Cornelius. I feel like there's nothing wrong with a man being pursued if that's what he likes. But at the same time, I could never be a woman that's constantly pursuing a man that's not pursuing me. Like, maybe if I was younger, you know, when you're young and you want what you want when you want it. But girl, at her big ass age, no ma'am. Girl, it must be some stuff we're not seeing. Because to gift this man with a necklace, I'm like, what? Cornelius and Newman wouldn't work because he's too feminine for Newman. She's more feminine, plus Camille and her are cousins. So I guess he's off. Girl, they cousins. Who said that? I don't remember that. I didn't know that. Camille is messy when Tommy isn't around. She is. Let's keep going. So Sabrina opens up to Walter to let him know that she used to be a stripper for 10 years. Okay. And for me, I wonder if this is when she actually ended up meeting her married baby daddy. I wonder if she met him in this club setting. When did you stop stripping? Zadia arrives to the house to be embraced by Naeem, which was interesting. I was like, okay. He greeted her. He kissed her. The way he grabbed on her, hugged her, looked like he kissed her. I feel like that for me was the first connection that I saw in the house. Like, to me, because that looked like it was really genuine when it happened between them. So I'm like, okay, we see you, girl. What else happened? Newman and Walter. What we learned is that they have music in common together. So they made a song. I forgot the name of the song. Like, what was it? What was the name of the song, y'all? Stay somewhere, do something. Stay where you are. I forgot what it was. What was the name of that song, somebody? Do y'all remember what it was? I guess it wasn't that important. But what I will say is this, okay? When it comes down to Newman singing in that confessional, y'all, do not let that confessional fool y'all. She was barely singing. When I tell y'all Newman has pipes, she has them. Girl can sing down, okay? She could definitely, is that what it was called? Get right, stay right, not left, hollering, stay right. That's what it was called, stay right. I can't, and he definitely went to the left. I cannot, the song was not worth the song was not worth remembering, child. Stay right. I was trying to get it. Stay right. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't gonna be on nobody's billboard. But anyway, there's that. So Aisha, we noticed that Aisha and Dante, they have gotten closer. He says that his number one is Zadia, child. Girl, bye. His number one is Zadia, but he feels as though the energy is not being reciprocated. It's not. It's not. Why she's sitting out here talking about choices and stuff like that, and people having options or whatever the hell it was that she was over there arguing. Girl, your strongest connection is really with Naeem, who I believe probably is the person that ended up going home. You know, those are just my thoughts. We're gonna see. I would like for it to be Cornelius, but the way Camille was crying and doing the most makes me think that he wasn't the one that went home, because Camille always does the most for nothing. What else? Aisha is truly feeling Dante. She says that he's a gentleman. Now, when she said this, I was not believing it until Zadia came back and said that he was. So I said, okay, if Zadia said it, she said it, they both are like his top or whatever, then he probably is a gentleman. Okay, I'll give him that, right? Aisha, it looks like my aunt. I made a note. I was like, I wonder, because I have family up in that area. I'm like, dang, she really favors my aunt with like the shape of her nose and her mouth. So I'm like, can we be related? But anyway, there's that. Nephew Tommy. Nephew Tommy arrives and says that the ladies are responsible for telling the men which one will have to go home. I thought this was so messy. How you gonna bring these? See, I don't like when they do that. Like, stop bringing people up there for a few hours or a day and then sending them the fuck home. Like, what is that about? How long? I guess they was only gonna be there for what, a Saturday and Sunday. It was like a Saturday Sunday type thing. I don't know, or maybe Saturday Sunday, Friday Saturday Sunday. I don't know, but I know I did not like it. Period. Okay, but I did put in all caps. They need to send Cornelius ass home. Send his ass to the house. Okay, let him go home and be with his Lord. Okay, Aisha and Dante said they had only been talking on the phone, so the progression happened at the retreat. It did, because remember, they've been talking for a long time. So I think it could have been them that I said had the sexual energy. I think I made a note that Aisha and Dante come off as though they really have the sexual energy, as they've been talking on the phone. All of that physical, whatever they got going on, probably started to build up. So they were just waiting for the moment that they can really like be together. But I do wonder if y'all are in the same area, unless maybe he's not in her area. I want to know if y'all are likely in the same area. What was preventing y'all from linking up, though? From even just going on a date outside of the cast? Why did y'all just keep it towards being on the phone? There's nothing wrong with that, but I just would like to know that, this was a decision of ours for us to do this. Or if it was he probably stayed with somebody and she couldn't come over, or she not ready for no kid, nobody to meet her kids or anything. So maybe they couldn't go to each other's house, but y'all still could have went out on a date and went and got like drinks or something. So I don't know, whatever. Newman, I think, so at a later time, y'all, this was messy. I was disappointed in Walter. This was messy. So Newman goes to the piano with Sabrina and Walter. And some told me she was going to walk over here and play herself. But not really play herself, but be played by Walter. So she notices that Walter's energy was weird. And I'm sure Newman, to me, felt like she was the side chick in that moment, because she said he would give her like no interaction, no eye contact. It was like no connection being made. It was like, my girl. What she was saying that I captured was, my girl here right now, so I can't really, what I'm saying, I'm going to be giving it away. In addition, he probably sat up there like I told y'all and told Sabrina that she was his number one. So he didn't want to show any other thing. He didn't want to show anything different than what he already told her. So he couldn't give Newman the energy that he was giving her. And then when he tried to play her by the pool, I said, girl, F Walter. F Walter, you over here trying to play her by the pool, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, I already told y'all I felt like his stronger connection is indeed Miss Girl. What's her name? Miss Sabrina. The trip is only one day. I thought, okay, that's what it was. It was something that was awkward about it, because he said, the guys that remain, I'll see you guys back home tomorrow. So I said, what the fuck going on? I thought y'all were gonna be there for at least 2 days over the weekend. That's exactly the energy he was giving off at the piano. Okay, yeah, like I'm with my girl. I can't really. Girl, I can't. Walter was definitely playing Newman in the to the left while sitting with Sabrina. Again, facts. And this is why I feel like Newman should be okay with stepping away, because what Walter is presenting to me is the same F-boy behavior that he had when he was married to his wife, and when he was with his wife prior to marrying her, because he was so much of a hoe. And that explains to me why Walter has yet to be in a relationship since his wife. He only married her to lock her down, to be honest. And if he could have put a baby in her to keep her from going somewhere, he would have did that too. Girl, a whole messy mess in these streets, honey. Thank you so much, Jamie, for the super chat. Newman walked in on an intimate moment with him and Sabrina. She would have been hot if Sabrina made that duo a trio. Girl, that would have been too messy. Not making that duo a trio, girl. She was already hot though. Already hot the way she walked over there. She wasn't receiving the energy that she wanted. And I know when she walked over there, she probably was thinking like, this is our thing. We have a song together. I think she probably wanted to sing the song that they had together in front of Sabrina, child. And that right there just did not work out how she thought it was going to work. Girl, that right there is a mess. Allegedly, Newman and Camille are cousins. Right. Somebody said that in the chat earlier. I didn't know about that. I saw what Newman was saying. He lays it on thick when it's just her, and then acts brand new around Sabrina. I would have took note and got up with Frank and Dante. Hell, anybody. Facts. Let me go ahead and go off to my next option. Let me go lay it on thick over there with somebody else. I can't. Thank you, Simone, girl. Thank you, Holly. Let's see what else. Let's see what y'all saying over here. Somebody said, what you think is production? Yeah, why can't they wait to eliminate until the end of the trip? Give them time to make a connection. Exactly. But you know why I feel, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like it could be because Nephew Tommy thought that I ain't gonna say thought, because I think he's highly privy to what's going on behind the scenes. But I feel like usually when these trips happen, they already know who they want. At least they're supposed to know who they want, right? But everybody's still in limbo playing the field. So I think that's probably why. But I'm still here. We still see each other. Like, at least still do it when they get back, so a person can be very sure of their answer. Okay, and nobody got to walk away with the shameful face, like, dang, I gotta leave. Everybody else get to hang back and have a great time. Like, nah, don't have people wasting their mileage and their gas coming all the way out there. Like, just tell them when they get back. Y'all need to do a better job. Do y'all need help managing doing these shows? Because I don't know what y'all over there doing production and people. Newman played herself. Each connection needs their own time together. That's true. But I feel like because Sabrina rolled her ass up there with Walter, Walter should have been giving Newman the connection that she needed. You know, he should have been giving her a long time to get to know her more, considering the fact that he rode up there with Miss Girl. And I'm like, what if he gets sent home? Or what if she gets sent home while on this trip? Then how's that gonna work? Right? But we know he not going home. So there's that. Yeah, I don't like how Newman showed her hand. If that man and his granddaddy looking body. Not granddaddy looking body. Wait a minute. She too pretty for that. I think Camille encouraged Newman to approach. Oh, you think so? Approach Walter and Sabrina. Remember, they were all in the doorway watching them. Ooh. I could see that. I could see that because that's exactly what Camille would do. Mm. I can't. Embarrassing. Let's keep going. Frank and Sydney. They're sitting outside by the pool. And the only thing that I captured from their interaction for me was Sydney wearing a bathing suit that made her uncomfortable. If you cannot keep your titties in it, then girl, zip it up. Okay. Just zip it up a little bit more if you got to keep holding on to it. Like, you have a zipper. Was the zipper broken? Don't be wearing clothes that you gotta want that keep adjusting all of the time. Don't do that. Calm down. Like, girl, I just wanted her to zip it up a little bit. She was doing too much for me. Zadia and Naeem. She tells him about, asking Cornelius about his intentions for Camille. And I think that kind of took Naeem off guard. Like, why do you feel the need to pry in what they got going on? Asking him about his intentions. Like, girl, you act like y'all can't, y'all been knowing each other for years or something. Like that's your best girlfriend. And at the end of the day, it still ain't your relationship. So I don't think Camille gives a damn about what his intentions are, because she's so focused on her own intentions for him. She then asked him about where does he see it going with the both of them. This was interesting because Naeem didn't fully answer that question. I don't believe. Naeem says that he likes how things are going and he sees a possibility. Run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. What did you say? That's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you about possibilities. Okay. Us in this moment is already showing a possibility. What I'm asking you is, where do you see this going? Okay. Once this whole process is over, baby, this is what I'm asking you. Let's get to that. Let's talk about that. He didn't answer the question. Got to be careful with Naeem. Naeem is a person that likes to go around the answer signing. I don't like that. We ain't gonna be cool too much longer. I don't like that type of energy. Zadia says she isn't putting all her eggs in his basket without being confirmed in that space. And I'm like, well, let Dante tell her you already did, because you gave him more than enough time to make a connection with somebody else. But okay. Let me see what y'all saying about these hooligans. The gag is Zadia and Cornelius are attracted to each other. You think so? I think Cornelius is definitely attracted to Zadia. I think Zadia is still attracted to Naeem. She just wants him to solidify her position beyond this process. Zadia is all over the place. I'm glad that Dante made another connection. I'm glad he did too. I'm glad he made another one too. Right. Sydney is only there for a good time. Right. Talking about how much she loved Frank and stuff. I was like, girl, calm down, Sydney. Calm down. He's my person. We're like the same person. I'm the female version of him. Like, oh my God, like, we're great. And I'm like, you think that's a good thing to be a female version of him? Okay. If you like it. All right, girl. Yep, because Camille and Goofy Cornelius was all looking in the room by the piano. Okay, got you. Sydney needs to go for me. She's not here for love. She's there for attention. Ooh, 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 ooh. And she definitely came in and latched and attached herself to somebody that she was already familiar with. I don't know, Miss Sid. But she does like Phil, though. I forgot about that. She does like Phil, so she is trying to make a connection with him. It seems like the producers are more concerned with creating blow-up scenes or confrontational moments rather than how it comes off to the viewers. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying differently, but it's trash. It's not working. They need to go back to the basics. Go back to season 1 and 2. Go back to seasons 1 and 2. I don't know if they jumped the gun too quick by going to these different states or something. I don't know. But figure it out. Cornelius doesn't seem like Zadia's type. Frank and Sydney need to what? Not need to bone. Not need to bone and go on. Not you acting like Mama Wanda, shake a bone and get the hell on. Oh, goodness. Sydney is playing the game and playing it well. She only telling the women about Frank so they don't think she is competition while she is moving towards Phil. Interesting. Great observation. I didn't think about that either, girl. I ain't think about that either, child. I don't think Zadia really feeling Naeem. She knows he's really into her, and she is just going along with it. I think she really liked Dante, which is why she has an issue with Aisha. No, I think she likes Dante because of Aisha, right? I think she don't like Aisha, and she likes Dante to see if she probably can snatch him up from her or whatever. But I think she does like Naeem because that's where all her energy and time goes. That's what I think. So Phil and Shiloh, y'all, Phil is a smooth talker. He is foolish and a smooth talker. He came off like he's a nice guy. I'm sure all of them are nice guys in their own way. But Phil says that, no, Shiloh asked, she wants to know like how he's feeling and everything, right? He tells her how he's feeling. She asks him if he feels like he's keeping it real with his connections. And he says, hell no. So here's the thing for me. Either one, what he said was absolutely true. He's not keeping it real with his connections, which I think is some truth. Or two, he's not listening to her. When she probably thought he was listening, he wasn't. It was not a joke. He gave a true natural reaction. And then he tried to laugh it off and play it off. Like, I'm just, you know. Nah, he was right the first time with the answer being hell no. And then the second thing being he wasn't really listening to you to begin with, for real. So there's that. I hope they at least explain at the reunion what happened with Aisha and Frank's connection. They left us hanging on to that. They did. And I want to know about that as well. I also want to know, when did Dante and Newman really make a connection for him to show up to her? But it is what it is. Also, to me, Phil and Sydney are the same. Phil is playing the game too. Yeah. Phil is also playing the game for sure. He should have a main by now. He should. And you would have thought that person would have been Shiloh. I'm keeping my good eye on Phil. Right. Zadia shaded Dante at the resort. What did she say? When Newman said Walter was being manipulated, I felt she was weak. And I hated that for her. Blaming a woman for a man's actions. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh. Yeah, he wasn't really being manipulated. He was showing you what it is. And you were being manipulated to believing that it was something different. Shiloh always appeared out of nowhere. Like, who is this woman? I don't think Sydney likes anyone. She wants to win and will play whoever she needs to play to make it to the finale. Interesting. Because isn't she going to kiss Phil on another episode? We're going to see how it plays out, but I don't think it looks genuine. Phil has cooled on Shiloh now that Sydney is showing him attention. I can see that. Phil said y'all finna get off Phil. Phil said y'all finna get off his bro Phil, period. Hilarious. Phil was butthurt when Dante took Aisha. Yes, I love that. I loved it because I was on Dante head talk because I didn't like that he was over there talking to Zadia. I said, what the fuck? I said, why are you over there talking to Zadia? You need to be going over there finding your girl, Zadia. Period. Leave her standing. She knew what she was out here doing, trying to embarrass somebody only to get embarrassed. Yikes. Let's keep going. Walter and Newman. So Walter is not great with communicating, and he makes me think of an ex that I had. Not great with communicating, just girl. Anyway, so he brings up her having connections and stuff and how it doesn't bother him. I said, okay, I see where this going. This way he going, girl. He finna try to get you to be like him and move how he move, play the position he wants you to play, because he's the coach, honey. While he goes over here and he can pursue things with Sabrina to see where it's gonna go. And if it don't go, he still got you there in the background, just playing in the background. But he just gonna come to the background to play with you and just leave you there in the background. He has no plans on upgrading you. For real. And then want to use the excuse of, the way she walked off for me, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. So you didn't like her at all, for real. Okay. Trying to sit up here and play this lady. So then he goes on to tell her, no, she says, so she's confused and she brings up the piano situation. She mentions the fact that he was closed off to her when she came close near him and Sabrina. She says she feels like someone is trying to poison his vision of her. And I don't think nobody's really trying to poison his vision of you. I think that he's just at a place where he's into somebody else. Why is that he's into someone else more than he's into you? Why does that have to be that his vision is being poisoned of you? Where did that come from? And I feel like she's speaking from an area of, I don't want to say trauma, but she's just speaking from a past experience when she says that somebody's tainting your vision of me. Like, what is that? Where did that even come from? So that was weird. She says she feels like Walter says that he doesn't want her to feel that way and says he has to clear up a few things. I don't like that. I don't like that F-boy talk. I have to clear up a few things. That's what a man says when he already has somebody else. And he tells you he has to clear up a few things. This is how he buys time for you to be in that position much longer and longer and longer. So I was here for her getting up and walking off on him because he sounded dumb. Newman says that he doesn't trust her, but someone has what? I don't know. I put he doesn't trust her, but someone has her good or whatever that was. Basically, the moral of the story was she felt like he does not trust her. I feel like Walter don't trust himself, which is why he don't trust no damn body. That's why he out here playing the field, doing what it is that he really want to do, which is be a player. Okay. What else? Walter feels that he's trying to connect with her right now. So he felt like Newman is a person that likes to have like that connection. He's trying to connect with her right now, but she's not really hearing him. And I'm like, not you trying to downplay how she feels in this moment. And the fact that she's calling you out for not wanting to move how you need to, show her love, you know what I'm saying? Or give her the connection that she wants. Like, not you trying to sit up here and play games with this lady and downplay how she feeling and calling you out for your whole shit. I don't like that. And then want to try and say that, she's not making the connection with me. Sir, you wasn't making a connection with this woman when she was sitting up here near you and Sabrina. You wasn't making a connection with her when you chose to drive up here with Sabrina. Like, what the fuck is you saying? So I was glad that she got up and she walked off from him. What else? Dante and Aisha, they have a sexual attraction towards each other. That's what I put for them. That's who I'm thinking it is. She talks about how he gets busy. She gets busy in the kitchen and they get all close up on each other and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all need to be careful over there in them streets because they be finding out y'all cross the line and that's the only place that it goes. Be careful, honey. What else? Dante says that he's been wanting to get this intimate time with her for a long time. Like, although I kind of see a connection being there between the two, I also feel like that connection is a sexual one. But we'll have to see. What is y'all over here talking about? His chest was saggy. Not y'all. I knew I saw some saggy over here in the comments, and I was confused. I can't stand when the woman bypasses the man's accountability to place blame on the other female, right? That's all Walter, fam. Walter showing you how he moving, and you talking about she trying to taint your vision. I'm like, girl, you speaking from the past experience. If they have a double elimination next week, it will make sense why Zadia yells over Dante when he says he chooses Aisha over her. Then they can kick off Zadia and Camille the next elimination. I feel like when it comes to that could be a point. what I'm gonna tell y'all my thoughts when we get towards that part on how I feel about it and what I think is gonna happen. Let me see. Zadia came from being a front runner to being in the bottom. Now I see why she was quiet for so long. Is that what you mean, quiet for so long? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she started to sound crazy when she said that. Even if there was more behind the scenes, Newman was in both Walter and Sabrina's presence, and he never moved to make room for Newman on the bench at all. Girl, he didn't even make room to give her eye contact. Do you hear me? And then he gonna sit up there and say, y'all funny. Y'all funny. What is that? Girl. Walter don't deserve nobody on this show. They need to send Zadia and Camille home because their energy is stinking up the not stinking up the place. Thank you so much, Jamie, for the super chat. Human need different friends. If she gonna be emulating them, that manipulation comment was giving Camille, Zadia too, when she talked to Dante. And you mean when she sat up there and said, I feel like somebody's manipulating you, somebody's altering or whatever your vision of me. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That definitely sounds like she's been having conversations with Camille, and Camille dropped that little nugget and she picked that nugget up and went and ran with it. Girl, no ma'am. I am just curious on what type of conversations Dante and Zadia were having before the resort, because to be fair, no one knew about Aisha and Dante until now. Truth. Truth. Okay, so let's get to Cornelius and Camille. She wanted to give him a gift, which was a necklace. Child, she wants to move to the next level, but he is apprehensive, and he did not look too happy about that damn necklace that she gave him. It gave you doing too much. It gave, I ain't got nothing for you, but thank you for giving this to me. Now I feel terrible, right? What else? He isn't too happy about this because he was never 100%, in my opinion, into her, but like the attention that she was giving to him at the same time. Baby, bye. So we get to dinner, right? We get to dinner. So he was getting ready to sit next to Camille. She said, babe, can you sit in front of me? Right. It was a tracker, KB. It was a tracker. Okay, he has a tracker. I can't. She's like, can you sit in front of me? Because I want to be able to see your face. No, you want to be able to watch what he's doing and see who he's looking at and all of that. That's why you want him to sit in front of you, you clown. What else? Aisha asked everyone their thoughts about what Nephew Tommy said about somebody ended up going home and us having to make a final decision on who we want. Right? The guys are nervous, but they understand overall that somebody gonna have to go home. Camille says some people can't be concerned because they made a connection, and she so she feels like what I feel. She was really talking about her and old boy. Like, me and Cornelius ain't got nothing to worry about because we made our connection, so we gonna be here, right? And then she goes on to say that I think I said that she was doing the most. I think I said that Camille was doing the most because when Aisha was talking, she was talking like Aisha's over here, but she's talking crap about Aisha, but got the back of her head facing this lady. Like, how immature can you be? Being a mother, being a teacher. Girl, how immature can you be? I didn't like that, but I'm here for Aisha all day, baby. I'm here for her to let these hoes know, girl, ain't nobody scared of you. Y'all all sound ignorant, girl. I'm about that life. Y'all don't really know me like that. Everybody can get cut in here if they want to. What else happened? Aisha says, we're still in a process. Camille says that we will see y'all at the reunion. That was just some, let me say this though, in defense of all of the ladies at the table. Production, you're horrible. Because a lot of the conversation and the edits and the chops of the conversation that was happening didn't even make sense. It didn't even fit in the conversation. Where did we'll see y'all at the reunion come in at? I didn't, what? So y'all are horrible this season. Do y'all have interns that don't really know what they're doing and y'all just gave them this show and packaged it to them and said, okay, here, we're going to need you to chop this up and make it like dramatic for us. Like, what the fuck? Help these people. Okay, Aisha says that no one knows people's walk in life, and then that's the other thing. Where did this conversation come in at? for her to mention, nobody knows everybody's walking. Where did that come in at? Anyway, she goes on to say that y'all made a great connection, but what about people that's still trying to make a connection? There's that. Aisha mentions what she said? Cornelius. She mentioned Cornelius possibly being voted off the island because he hasn't made any connections, right? So then Camille says, oh, I'll F y'all up. Like you got some pull and you in charge of what goes down over here. I loved seeing that he was on a hot seat. I loved it. I'm not even gonna lie. I love that Cornelius was in the hot seat, honey. So here for it. We didn't see you F up anybody. We saw you effing up them tears at that table, Miss Camille. What else happens? Zadia says, if someone you want this is what Zadia hops into the conversation when nobody's talking to her. She tells Aisha, if it's somebody you want that's on the chocolate box, then you need to fight for them. Right? Zadia feels that she is being haterish. And I'm like, how is she being a hater? How is she being a hater that Camille has decided to link up with the man that she chose that's not necessarily choosing her, but going along with everything for the quote unquote process and to be able to stay on the show to get camera time? How is that hating? What is that? Okay. So Zadia says that it's not their fault that they've made a connection and you haven't found one. Well, Zadia, let you tell it just last week. It sounded like you were saying that you didn't even make a connection yourself, like you still was choosing between two people. So this is why I think it could be production, because a lot of stuff isn't adding up for me. Okay, so Aisha gets upset because that word hater triggered her. So, she started to snap off on the girls like, girl, don't ever call me a hater. That's the last thing on my mind. Hating on what? But I also think that Aisha snapped on her the way that she did because you heard out of nowhere they start calling themselves the Brown Girl Squad. So out of nowhere, y'all calling yourselves the Brown Girl Squad. So that makes me think y'all have been doing little things. And in that moment, it finally just hit for Aisha that she ended up just going off on your ass. So then Phil grabs up Aisha, pulls her away. Naeem says that he's disappointed in Zadia for interacting in such a mess, okay, and keeping it going. And Sabrina says that she doesn't feel that, what's that girl name? Aisha. She doesn't feel that Aisha should have been attacked for the things that she had to say. And it also seemed like Sabrina ain't feeling the Brown Girl Squad either. Okay, she's not feeling y'all at all. So, but she just withheld her comments, right? So, there's that. Let me see what my thoughts were. Number one, like, who the fuck is Camille and Cornelius for anybody to be hating on them? That's number one. Cornelius over there faking it to the cameras, talking about it being a bad thing. For something about Camille, I guess Camille participating in the drama or whatever, but he never says any of the issues really to her face. It's always her coming to him, apologizing for her actions before he even opens his mouth. So he never speaks up for himself or speaks up to her about the things that he doesn't like. So, girl, I guess Dante over there talking to Zadia about her poking the bear, but I would have much rather have seen him over there talking to Aisha. Zadia doesn't like that he is on Aisha's side with this. And I'm like, and I don't like your makeup and it don't match your complexion. So what else is going on? I just wrote in all caps, Zadia. She's so lame. Zadia, you are so lame, dear heart. You over the course of the show, you have become so lame to me. What else? Dante is not featuring Zadia after seeing her act stupid. He felt like she should have disengaged, as she should have, she should have disengaged, like just let them talk whatever they're gonna talk. But I think that she's not featuring Aisha and just wanted to have something to say. Like, I don't understand the madness. And maybe if we got more context and they didn't chop things up the way they did, maybe we will understand the angle that Aisha comes from. But for me, not Aisha, but Zadia comes from. But for me, Zadia is lame as fuck. Period. And I think because she works out and she got a decent body that, I think she be thinking that that's all she needs. I don't know what the fuck going on with Zadia, girl. But it's giving lame for me. I appreciated Dante's conversation with Zadia. He held her accountable for her actions. Truth. What else? Meanwhile, Cornelius was just sitting up there not saying what at the table, y'all. Not saying what? A mother. Girl, wasn't saying nothing. Just listening. Girl, I said, girl, who the fuck want this man to be their man? Who the fuck want? Now, I want to be able to run over a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I like to be, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I like to be hard sometimes. Period. But at the same time, like, check me, honey. Let me know. Call me out. But you're just gonna let me get a pass on everything. No. Zadia and Cornelius probably should have been together. They both lame. Good night. And other girls co-signed what Aisha was saying about Zadia and did. They was definitely picking on people like they was the it girls. Girl, it of what? It of what? It of what? That is why I do not feel bad for Cornelius. Not at all. He can go though. I'm ready for him to go ahead and disappear. Sit there smiling, looking like a real life creep. Child just sat there. And honestly, it was a moment before they cut to commercial break where Camille looked at him and bust out laughing. That made me think he was probably giving her some commentary to make her laugh. I'm not sure, but that's just what it looks like to me, that he was giving her some commentary that made her laugh. And the commentary could have been in support of what they had just did. So I'm like, girl. Zadia is coming off hella lame to me too. Nothing to like in this setting. Nothing at all. Nothing at all, girl. Just wholeheartedly Okay, so Nephew Tommy pops up, okay, the next morning, right? So then the ladies go to speak with Nephew Tommy, and Camille starts speaking on things being said and it being confusing. You damn right it was confusing, Camille, because I didn't even understand how we even got in this part of the conversation. They chopped that shit up so much it didn't even make sense. So Aisha brings up Zadia and Camille being messy ladies and speaking on people's process, right? So Zadia says that she came off as a hater. Here we go again. Like, girl, who is hating on what? Why would Aisha need to hate when she done snatched up one of your potentials? Now, who's hating? Didn't make sense. So then Aisha calls them out for being aggressive and disrespectful, which she has and which they have. So when she started calling them out, and then you could see where Sydney was chiming in, but of course they edited that. And all of the ladies seem to have been chiming in on their case. Nephew Tommy was like, wait a minute, scoot back. We're not going to do that here. My focus is this, that, and the other. But I don't want to talk about that mess y'all got going on. We're not going to, embark down that journey, right? So he didn't want to hear about the BS. He wanted to hear about the connections, right? So what we learned is that Sabrina says that she and Walter are getting closer. Meanwhile, Newman says that she feels that she and Walter are not getting closer, especially since this trip. They've been going further and further apart, right? Aisha speaks on Dante connecting the whole time and not being able to actually go on a date. And, I skipped over the fact that, so I skipped over this. Let me go back a little bit. So when Aisha was upset, at some point, Aisha was over there talking to Phil, especially at the piano, right? Because they talked earlier, then they was by the piano after, they changed clothes and all this stuff. Dante went and grabbed his girl. I said, Dante, you better scoop her up. Dante, you better go get your mother woman. I was here for it. So Dante went and he got his woman. And it was hilarious because Phil didn't know how to take that. Phil was shook. Do you hear me? Hold on one second, y'all. I'm trying to check something real quick. Phil was shook. And I said, you better snatch her up. So he goes and grabs her and he pulls her in for a massage. Now, although I felt like this was really nice of him to do, some part of me kind of felt like it was a great thought, but I don't know. It was just feeding into that sexual energy, right? But I mean, okay, he had the whole table there. He knew where to start. He started with her shoulders and everything. And I said, Dante, was you also side hustling being a masseuse as well? You want to tell us about that as well? Are you that and a trainer? Like, what's going on? But I mean, overall, I wasn't mad at it because I felt like he did redeem himself when he, was over there talking to Zadia. So he went over there, got his woman, calmed her down, relaxed her and everything. And I was like, okay, that was cool. But yeah, I think KA or KB mentioned how Miss Aisha tooted that booty up. On that table, and then she told him she wanted him to give special attention to her gluteus maximus. Girl, this ain't that type of party, ma'am. Calm down, no, ma'am. So let's move on. So Sabrina, we talked about Sabrina, we talked about Newman. Zadia says that Dante put her in the back seat and put Aisha in the front seat. Ooh, cracked your face. Zadia says Naeem has given her space to figure out herself in this process. Sydney says that she loves Frank and they click and calls Frank bae. Cut it out, Sydney. Camille says that he checks off most of her boxes and she gifted him a necklace. I hate it. I hate that she gifted him that necklace because I just don't feel like he's that into you, Camille. I just, that's not what his actions is showing. She opens up about her past engagements, and that's when I said I like the real Camille. The way she was talking to Nephew Tommy is completely different than how she talks to everybody else. And I wish she would show up as her more, because then we wouldn't think that you were crazy, right? Anyway, Zadia says Walter is ready to play, not ready to love. So when it comes down to who she would rather see go, it would be him. Sabrina, Newman, Shiloh, Aisha, girl, all of them came together and they voted for Cornelius. I'm hollering. I said, get him out. So Sydney says Naeem. Newman also says Naeem, along with Shiloh and Aisha. Girl, y'all thought that y'all was up here running the house. And let me tell y'all what's so motherfucking funny. Y'all thought y'all had the Brown Girl Squad, girl, which was messy as hell to me. Brown Girl Squad. And then here's the sad thing. Y'all said it like y'all was the only brown women on the show. Get it together. But what's hilarious for me is the fact that Newman is also a part of that Brown Girl Squad. And Newman voted for Naeem and Cornelius. Why is it? Yeah, she not in that squad with y'all. She not in that type of squad with y'all. Okay. Your girl voted for your men to be out. So when it came down to it, both of them had to take their men out on a date, right? Now, this was interesting because Camille could barely get the words out. And because she was crying the way that she was or acting the way she was, makes me think that he is going to stay. And it makes me feel like I'm hoping he goes. I pray I'm wrong because I want to see him leave. But I also feel like Naeem is going to end up being the one to go home. Because if you think about it, I hate to say it, whether we like them or not, Camille and Cornelius are a confirmed match together, that they like each other. Whether he's made connections with other people or not, that's been confirmed. Right? Zadia is the one that's still in and out. So it makes me think that Naeem may be the one that goes home, which also makes more sense as to why she goes off on Dante next week, because she's going to be trying to put that pressure on Dante, and Dante don't want that pressure because he's already saw you for your works. So that's why she's going to be even more upset and start going off on him and then saying, oh, I would never do this to you and all this other stuff. I also would not be surprised if that was the final date that they ended up having, and that's when he told her he was choosing old girl over her, and you're no longer ready to love. So I would not be surprised about that being the end of her journey, but we'll just have to see how all of that's going to play out. But those are just my thoughts about the situation. But listen, I'm going to go ahead and end this because I got to click off, y'all, so that I can go ahead and scoot on over to Love and Marriage Huntsville, because y'all know we got to talk about that. Okay, but thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you all so much for the super chats. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.